charge, right? We'll hear you at the end, no problem.
Since not replied.
You should tell us Anurag Yadav.
May it please, Lord.
Anybody else apart
Two, three things at the outset, Lord.
Four statements.
As per my Lord's direction, CBI was supposed to file their status report. Filing, we understood it will be filed and it will be supplied to us. And that was the direction.
Nitish Kumar, son of late Siaram Prasad.
One second. The only problem is this.
Pardon?
The only problem is this today. I mean, I'm all for transparency. In fact, this is not a sealed cover procedure. Let me be very clear. But today an investigation is going on.
Correct. I
Right?
quite follow that.
If what CBI has told us in the course of the investigation is revealed, probably the investigation will get scuttled because people will become wise on what are the leads which have emerged in the course of the investigation. So that's the only thing.
I bow down Lord, straight away. My only, you see, the intervention in between will cause a problem.
So what we would like you to do, Mr. Huda, is
Please.
you have to, redaction is not possible in these kind. If it's redacted, then it'll have nothing of it'll have nothing of substance. You will have to show us prima facie on the basis of your submissions that the leak is so systemic and has affected the entire examination process across the country that we must cancel the examination and direct a fresh examination to be held.
Yes.
That is the area where we want to hear you. And then we'll hear the learned solicitor in response to that.
I will assess this honorable court.
Then,
that area.
just 1 second. The second, we have some ideas also on what we are going to post to the solicitor thereafter.
Please, Lord.
We would like you to assist us on assuming, if we accept your wider submission that you must have a fresh NEET examination, then that's what you exactly want. Suppose in the alternative, after hearing you both, we are not with you, then we would like you to also assist the court on which are the further lines of investigation, what are the lines of investigation which must be carried out, in the sense that which are the specific issues which must be investigated. So we would like your assistance on both. The other is an alternate argument.
Yes, but that alternative argument has also come in my supplementary note, which I circulated yesterday.
Okay, we'll
In the
take that.
same matter, I have suggested that this is the line of investigation should be conducted to unearth this entire controversy.
All right, then we'll look at that. Later on, we'll read it with you.
At the outset, my Lord, I was flagging my handicap in I'm assisting. I'm not saying that. But the handicap I have in assisting this honorable court in this leak matter, one, they have not declared the entire result. They have declared the result of 100 people. And my assistance is information gathered from here and there. UPSC, my Lord, in IAS exam, they declare the result of entire people. At least they should have declared the result of this 1 lakh people who get admission, first 50,000 in the medical colleges.
Just one
and
second.
the two handicaps, my Lord, may kindly notice, I will have in the course of my assistance to this honorable court.
First 50,000. How many seats in the government medical colleges?
56,000. And Lord, everybody clamor for these first 56,000. Even the people below 56,000 may be willing to go for a re-examination.
And how many in the private medical colleges?
52,000. 56 and 52. That is 1,08,000. Now, Lord, if re-exam happens, literally it is, if all of them do not want re-examination, the total number is 1,08,000 people, not 23 lakh people. The remaining 22 lakh people
Have not got admission at all.
have not got admission. So they are willing.
Except for the fact that if some people have wrongly got into the 1,08,000 category,
That's right.
then somebody below the 1,08,000 can legitimately get into that 1,08,000.
Correct. That's right. So, but in fact, the balance is this 1 lakh, if all of them 1 lakh don't want re-examination, this 1 lakh on one side and 22 lakh on the other side who would like to take a chance in view of the this examination is marred by controversy.
130.
All 22 lakh would like to have a second chance.
That argument,
Yes, that
Mr. Huda,
argument,
there is a
I have-
problem. Forget the question of leak in this matter. Merely because, say, out of 22 lakh, 1 lakh 8 only have got admission or would get admission. And therefore, you are left with, say, 21, about 20 lakhs,
22 lakhs.
22 lakh students who would want to take a chance. We cannot order a re-examination merely because they want to take a
That's
chance.
right. But I just wanted to,
Re-examination.
I just wanted to
Re-examination
dispel.
has to be on a concrete footing, that the sanctity of the entire examination has been
I
broken.
bow down. I just wanted to dispel an impression that the stake in the re-examination is of lakhs of people. No, the stake is of 1,08,000 people. I will have to set up, demonstrate conclusively that we cannot segregate tainted from the untainted. In Tanvi Sabharwal case and the judgment authored by Malone, clearly says in Tanvi
134.
Sabharwal's case, the finding was we have identified 44 candidates out of 6 lakhs.
And Amit,
The remaining we are not able to identify. So we cannot permit even 10
So,
people.
Mr. Huda, I think, you need not labor that point because you're absolutely right on that.
I'm so grateful.
That if you can, as a
132
conceptually,
is
that if you can establish that it is not possible to segregate the tainted from the untainted, then the whole examination has to go. Because those basic, you can of course show those authorities briefly to us
That's right.
at a certain point.
Please.
But when we have looked at the facts, but before we go into the authorities, we want you to address the core of the facts before us.
So, my lord, I will try to first summarize my case and then
All
elaborate.
right.
So that, my lord, has an idea what I am saying.
next is
You can
my lord,
summarize now.
132 is Amit Anand. I'm finding out, my lord, the
My brother Justice Pardiwala would like to know, out of 1,08,000, totally how many petitioners are before the court?
Lord, Lord, it is NTA can say, my lord.
NTA, 38 petitions. Now, you're for NTA, no?
Transfer petitions filed by the NTA, my lord.
So 38 petitions includes the 6 transfer petitions or transfer petitions?
Petitions before this honorable court would include the 6 transfer petitions
All
filed
right.
by the NTA, my lord. So
But, my lord,
32 petitioners, 32
because-
petitions.
Our question is little
How many?
So,
8,000.
I represent 10. I'm from.
How many are asking for?
Supported by 43 more from.
Because, my lord, I do not know how many, at least 100, the candidates must have called us individually, but who have not
I
participated.
think they have a figure. 108. Mr. Kaushik, if you can just ask somebody, any of your team from the NTA, to just do this physical exercise of telling us even at lunch or after lunch, how many total students are involved in the matters before not involved, but how many students have moved the court in this batch of cases?
Lords, with utmost respect, my lords, that may.
Approximately, minutes 108 are seeking reconduct of the
Mr.
examination.
Counsel,
50. Yes.
108 who are seeking re-exam are amongst 1,08,000.
No,
Yes.
no, they'll be outside 1,08,000.
We are outside 1,08,000.
can't be.
Because 1,08,000 would get, they have succeeded.
They are not seek re-examination at all.
I represent
So all those who have not been able to
Yes,
clear.
yes.
some people within 1,08,000 or also before your lordships, because they say
They will not get into government medical.
They will not
get
get
into
into
government.
They will get into it.
My lord, in my petition,
seeking re-examination.
in my petition, 700. In my lab petition, my lab, there are 5 candidates. One of them.
Now in charge, unless we ask a question to some other council, the others may not interrupt because otherwise, our line of thinking is also affected. And he is deflected also. He has his thought process in some matter, yes.
Students out of total.
But they are not in mission.
I'm on your side, ma'am.
Also, Brother Mishra had a point. What is the minimum mark which has been received by the petitioners before the court? We just want, you need not give us an offhand answer, just do it at lunch and tell us.
My lord, can I have one thing, my lord? In 5 petitioners in my petition, my lord, one is having, my lord, 700. Another is having 600.
How will we be able to, just wait for a minute. Let's have the conceptual basis of the matter. We can't go in individual facts like this. Let's have the concept very clear before us, and then we can see where the balance lies. Yes, Mr. Wood. We'll hear you. We're not going to run away. We are here to hear you and do justice to the matter.
Roughly.
Qualifying marks are 164.
Done this exercise, there are 131 students who are not falling within 1,08,000. And they are playing for retest.
131 students.
130. And there are petitioners, and there are 254 who are falling within 1,08,000. They are opposing them. Not that statistics can assist your lordship either way, but factually this is the position.
So 131 students beyond 1,08,000
Yes.
who want a retest, and
254, they are in the form of IAs for implement,
Who are opposing?
for opposing the retest.
Lords, the
They
figures,
fall within 1,08,000.
the figures may not always be right, my lords, because I represent somebody who falls within
Yes, that's true.
and who says, whose rank is about 2009. But, sorry, my lords, we'll work out the figures in common with Mr.
now
Kaushik.
tell us also what is the cutoff rank for the 56,000 and for the 1,08,000.
May just one clarification conceptually. Anybody who is above the 50th percentile qualifies in the sense that if somebody above them also does not go into medicine, goes into IIT, for instance, there will be a figure. So passing is 164. Passing is 164, but admission is a dynamic process. May stop at 1 lakh, may stop at 1,50,000. And depending on the particular quota or reservation or whatever is available.
Statement in the context, but please see 133.
164 is the cutoff mark. 164 means that you are above the 50th percentile. So about half the people have a qualification to be allotted a seat, but not everybody will be allotted a seat. So it's a dynamic process. There is 1,08,000 seats available. Some of them may not opt for medicine, some may go into IIT, this, that, and the other. The figure will come down. And also depending on whether you have a reserved category or something. So it is not, so it is dynamic, but roughly saying, I think the last figures will stop at 2.5 lakhs, rank-wise. That's
All right, let's hear Mr. Hudana. Yes, Mr. Hudana.
So, my lord, I'm
You
starting.
can summarize your case, you say.
Yes, I'll just summarize. But just give me a space, please. थोड़ा सा पीछे बढ़ो। Lord, I'm starting with a handicap. I do not have the result.
Possibly.
Because of that, I cannot have the data analytics, which the state has placed, NTA has placed on record, giving the bell curve.
Amit Anand, yes, your lord.
And Lord, one of the director of IIT Madras is a member of the governing body of NTA. They have run the data analytics process,
रात्रि में बुलाइए,
taking the entire number of 23,33,000 candidates who sat in the examination.
सिकंदर यादवेंद्र द्वारा बताया गया कि चारों लड़का को कल बुलाए.
If data analytics is to be run to 23,33,000 people, at what stage 10,000 or 20,000 people have sneaked into it? This data analytics running into half a page, which every dot means thousands of people. You cannot detect any abnormality when you draw a bell curve.
prior to the 4.
which is based on 23,33,000.
This is the statement of
The correct procedure,
Nitish Kumar.
if at all they were doing it, my lord,
Nitish Kumar's statement, my lord, at
the
page
correct procedure was
134 में kindly be said.
to apply
Page 92, this is the first statement.
this process
Beach mein,
to 1,08,000 people.
Somewhere yes.
The first 1 lakh people in 2021,
का है जिसे आप परीक्षा में पास
22, 23 and 24.
उसके बदले में
Probably the curve would have been able to catch 1,000, 2,000 people going up and down.
काम आप देंगे नीट परीक्षा से एक दिन पूर्व के संध्या में मैं चिंटू एवं पिंटू मतलब दो एक्यूज तथा आशुतोष मिलकर लर्नेड प्ले स्कूल
Now even 1%
परीक्षा के लिए
is
आए
up,
अभ्यर्थियों को नीट
is into thousands of candidates.
सहित रटवाने
This honorable court has not tolerated even
चिंटू के मोबाइल नंबर
if it comes to a conclusion that
अभ्यर्थियों को उत्तर
1,000 people have entered into the system of this 1 lakh,
परीक्षा
which we are not able to detect.
पर मैं so and so
This examination cannot be sustained.
Well, that's one aspect about what IIT Madras has done. Now, what about how do you develop? Now, you can develop the basic case that you have.
I'm demonstrating that IIT Madras can't be relied upon.
So they have taken the entire body of 21.33 lakhs.
That's right.
And according to you, that data analytics should have been done on the restricted figure of 1,08,000 and compare that with 2021, 22 and 23.
So great. And my lord, the governing body member is the of NTA is the director IIT Madras. There is a conflict of interest, my lord.
No, but therefore, you take it, I mean, what is at the highest, what does that lead to? Your argument is that the data analytics has been done by NTA itself.
Correct. That's right.
It can't be higher than that.
And apply.
That's because because the director of IIT Madras is also on the governing body of NTA.
Right.
Actually, he's not.
He's not, they
He's
say.
present in the court on my request. He says he is not on the board of directors of NTA.
Oh, I see.
He was an outsider whose without expertise.
But anybody from IIT Madras who is on the governing body of NTA?
He was. Somebody else was.
Was means in the past.
In past.
Today IIT Madras has nobody from IIT Madras in NTA.
When was that passed, my lord, when he exited?
But the director who has prepared this report.
Mr. Solicitor, just sit for a second and ask them what the position is so that you can have a seat.
Were you a member of NTA? Just, this is not the way it is done. Please don't do this.
I have not attended any board, nor do I have.
Member. He is not a member. Any other person who is a member.
I'm not person. What's the previous guy?
When?
I said now, Mr.
Your Lordship, my lord, because your Lordship will get the context. Thereafter, my lord, it was transferred to EOU. Kindly have a look at, my lord, page 132.
Amit Anand's statement recorded by EOU. It's more elaborate and a little more in-depth. Your Lordship gets me at 132.
At the last word on page 131.
Yes.
दिनांक 4/5 को इनके साला व पत्नी रीना देवी तथा साला स्वयंसो जिन्होंने गेस्ट हाउस में रुकवा दिया.
Yes. They all gathered at night, Mala. That is true.
पूर्व निर्धारित योजना अनुसार दिनांक 4/5 को रात्रि में उक्त चारों अभ्यर्थियों को
Subject to further verification. But the IIT, whichever IIT organizes JEE examination, IIT JEE for selection, the chairman of that examination committee is ex officio member in any this NT. But the office of the director who has prepared this report is not the member. But some Mr. Gopal. I am answerable to other students.
Now, IIT JEE for 2024 was held by IIT Madras or who else?
IIT Madras. He is the chairman of that IIT JEE examination committee, but he deputed somebody to attend meetings of NT. What happens is, what actually ex officio is there to use his expertise. Were gathered.
So I'll just take it down.
At a particular place, so as to enable them to memorize.
IIT JEE for 2024
was conducted by IIT Madras. Lord, please read statement of Amit Anand. Your Lordships are on page 132.
Yes.
And the chairman of IIT who conducts IIT JEE, ex officio is a member of NTA. Amit Anand, my lords. And thereafter Nitish Kumar. And they are giving statements when they were.
And
not,
what role does
obviously aware
IIT,
that,
what role does
scrutinized by them.
NTA have in regard to the
first-hand account.
IIT JEE?
Nothing.
There's no.
He is my lord.
No, just ask the director.
NTA conducts JEE.
So the actual NTA, the actual IIT JEE mains are conducted by NTA?
Yes.
Oh, I see. So IIT Madras would only set the papers or what happens?
No, they would conduct the examination. JEE advanced they conduct, JEE mains is conducted by NTA.
So mains is conducted by?
NTA.
By NTA. That's like the preliminary exam. The mains.
Advanced.
Advance is like, advance is only IIT.
May final.
This is only for IIT. Whosoever is intended to get admission in IIT, they opt for the advance. Otherwise, all other.
They are only, the admissions are on the basis of IIT JEE mains.
The mains.
And IIT JEE advanced, NTA doesn't conduct that. So IIT JEE advanced is conducted by whom?
NTA.
No.
This is conducted by IITs.
IITs or one IIT?
Assistance may be incomplete. That's all I'm saying. It is conducted by IITs. One become the organizing IIT. This year it was IIT Madras.
Okay, so like the class.
Accept my request of reading two
So
more
this year,
statements
the IIT JEE advanced, the organizer was IIT Madras.
Correct. Picture in your lordship's mind. And my lord, he has gone into city-wise as well as center-wise analysis. Lord, para 97 onwards, in the second report, your lordships would find.
Now, when you said that the
From-
chairperson
for this
of
particular
IIT
part.
JEE is the ex officio member of NTA,
Governing body.
of the government, is ex officio a member of the governing body?
Yes, it's a governing body. It has no correlation with the activities of the conduct of the exam.
So the IIT JEE, the chairperson, so this time who was the chairperson?
I took this time chair. He was the chair.
He was the chairperson. He deputed one Mr. Gopal Krishnan, to attend the meetings on his behalf.
No, but who was the chairperson? The director of IIT Madras was the chairperson?
Yes, for G. Because IIT Madras was the organizing body.
So IIT Madras was the organizing body both for the mains as well as advanced, or only for advanced?
Only advance. Mains was conducted by
NTA.
by us.
Entirely. But IIT Madras's director was an ex officio member of the
Governing body, Manoj, which is a kind
of
of
NTA. Of NTA. And is he an ex officio member only for this year or generally?
He would be, whichever IIT conducts the exam of.
For that year, he becomes a member of the government. All right, I got it.
132 at the foot.
But I must tell your lordships, Manoj, that what is placed in the report is, Manoj, for, say, a city-wise spread of top 100 rankers.
This time the director IIT Madras would be ex officio member of the NTA, but he had deputed somebody else on his behalf to attend the meeting.
One Mr. Professor Gopal Krishna. And I have city-wise and center-wise.
That I'm explaining.
देने परीक्षा देने वाले हैं उसे आप परीक्षा में पास करा दीजिए इसके बदले में स्वयं वे बताए कि 4 लड़का हम आपको देंगे ये नो काइंडली सी दिस मतलब ये दिनांक 4/5/24 को रात्रि में सिकंदर प्रसाद यादव
But deputed professor
4 अभ्यर्थियों का
or doctor
से प्राप्त
गोपाल कृष्ण
तथा अपने कार से
प्रोफेसर
को
गोपाल
लेकर नीतीश कुमार के पास न्यू बाईपास चले गए प्लीज मार्क दिस नीतीश कुमार अपने एवं उनके अन्य अभ्यर्थियों को लेकर लर्नेड बॉयज स्कूल एवं सो एंड सो में लेकर चला गया जहां पर सभी विद्यार्थियों को अगले दिन करीब 10 बजे नीट का प्रश्न उत्तर सहित रटवा दिया गया 10 बजे नाउ प्लीज सी ये भी अपने परीक्षार्थी एवं अन्य परीक्षार्थी तथा सिकंदर प्रसाद के साथ परीक्षा केंद्रों पर घूम कर सभी को सेंटर पर पहुंचा दिए और अपने फ्लैट पर पहुंच गए और खाना खाए एटसेट्रा काइंडली सी द नेक्स्ट स्टेटमेंट ऑफ नीतीश कुमार is the person who not only brings students he was at that school
If my learned friend is going on the question of bias, that may not help here. I have sat with him, my lord, I have examined everything which he has done. Yeah, I can show it to your lordships and Lord, it is city-wise, center-wise and at the national level.
Yes, Lord,
Just so that there is no.
that can indicate when your turn comes. All right, now tell us.
Without showing the document, Lord, that city-wise and center-wise.
for this
The first table is, my lord, the bell curve of 23,000 people.
उसके बाद
23 lakh people. The second table is city-wise top ranker analysis, the top 100. How top hundreds are spread over across the cities. Then there is a table which gives
Can we do this, Mr. Huda, to understand your submission? Can we just look at the report of IIT Madras?
Yes, I straight away demonstrate.
Let's go straight there because
Yes,
let us first understand what they have done.
Yes, that's great. Lord, may kindly see the reply filed by them on 10th of July.
Just one second. Serial number कौन सा है भाई ये? Union of India.
इनसे इनकी बात
Additional affidavit dated 10th of July filed on behalf of respondent number 2, my lord.
आशुतोष कुमार
58 dated 10th of July.
Correct, Lord. That's right.
owner of that
Lord, this is respondent number 2.
जिसने इनका
Annexure A,
के माध्यम से
page 12.
Page 952 है ही नहीं बोलता.
जिसे चिंटू उर्फ सोएंसो ने एक दिन के लिए सेट किया था और आशुतोष कुमार से मोटे
It's analysis of the 17 candidates or no?
Lord, this annexure is data analytics of Neet UG 2024, annexure A.
Lord, it may be part of the petition filed by Shivangi Mishra. Item
Shivangi Mishra?
7.1. So that was the first.
Yes.
Yes, it is in Shivangi Mishra's case, my lord, because they didn't file it in my case.
Yeah, we got it.
But copies are served on.
Yes,
That is
copies are.
report from IIT Madras, pages
Yes.
12 to 18. Let's see that.
Yes, now, we see, and at page 12 is, there's an executive summary given on page 1. And then, my lord, the charts. Executive summary, my lord, indicates they have gone all the way to explain, my lord, if I can read it, my lord, the executive summary.
Yes.
Marks distribution follows the bell-shaped curve which is witnessed in any large-scale examination indicating.
Just 1 second. Ganesh, was this confined to learned boys high school? Was it confined to Hazaribagh?
I'll answer that, my lord, when my turn comes.
That's what I'm worried
But, my lord, kindly appreciate this.
Yeah. Executive summary, short summary. Marks distribution follows bell-shaped curve that is witnessed in any large-scale examination indicating no abnormality. City-wise and center-wise analysis done for 2 years, 23-24, to find out if there are any abnormal indication. Analysis is carried out for the top 1.4 lakh ranks, given that the total number of seats across the country is around 1.1 lakh. This analysis is granular enough to indicate any abnormality had a large number of students gotten into high rank top 5% due to malpractice, or if students from a particular exam center or city were benefited. The analysis show that there is neither any indication of mass malpractice nor a localized set of candidates being benefited leading to abnormal scores. I would say this is beyond their brief, what they are stating here. D, there is an overall increase in the marks obtained by students.
that level of an expert. They're all students.
I was told that for this work, professors, the students are better qualified because they have recently prepared everything. They have the computer with them. They have books with them.
They are from
Brilliant.
Patna. One is from Ranchi, and two are brought from Rajasthan.
Now, what is
Why are
done
they
is
brought from Rajasthan?
that is, my lord, under investigation, my lord, because maybe there is some personal linkage or something.
But E part,
what they did was
there is
they
an overall
bifurcated
increase
the
in the
papers.
marks
So
obtained
each
by
got
students
25
specifically in the range of 550 to
and
720.
they had one
This
answer.
increase is seen across the cities and centers.
Reasonable knowledge
This is
and
attributed
help
to
of computer language will always
25% reduction in syllabus. That's
And
what
we
they
have
are
also, my lord, kindly bear one factor
for
in
them
mind.
to say.
We have done an
In
exercise
addition,
after
the
last
candidates
year.
obtaining such high marks are spread across
the
multiple cities and multiple
success rate
centers,
in
indicating
this
very less
particular,
likelihood of malpractice.
Center, this particular city,
Lord,
and
if I can take just one moment here.
we compared it with
NTA, the
22 and
Government of
23.
India, in their
There is no
reply,
abnormal.
is talking that they're attributing two reasons for this exponential
Which I'll be
inflation
able to show.
in the marks.
And, my lord,
Two reasons are there is
36, my lord.
22 to 25%
236.
syllabus reduction, and hence the inflation. Two,
My lord,
increase in candidates.
36.
This is Chintu's.
Nowhere
Chintu
there is a
was
whisper
at the last
that there was
my lord, para.
increase in the syllabus that we have placed on record.
Chintu,
If not more, at least corresponding.
by the-
So, my lord, if I can say
by the
so,
UR.
the
He was not
reply
arrested by
is not giving a full disclosure for oblique reasons.
local police. So there is only
If
one
they are
state.
talking about deleting the syllabus, they should
We have
simultaneously
our
talk
statement
about
that
increase
after-
also. At least they should disclose it. I will show the
220.
increase part of the syllabus. I will come to it later.
This is also a statement of.
So there is an increase and decrease both. But this IIT Madras is talking about 25% reduction. Probably they are not given the papers that there is an increase also.
This
And why IIT
No, it's
Madras
the
will not?
same statement. I don't know why they have repeated. But
ends at 232.
yes, my lord. And if you
Let's look at the data.
Yes. Now kindly see the first table. This table, Millard, is for 23 lakh people. They say it is a bell shape.
To be a repetition. But
And any large examination will have a similar kind of a shape.
5/5/24 को 9 बजे प्रातः तक करीब 25
And hence,
Neet
there is no red flags. Now, starting from extreme right, where 720,
10 बजे रॉकी
now, Lord, it is going up to the marks. Now, at every stop, there are thousands and thousands of people.
जिसे नीतीश कुमार द्वारा लर्न प्ले स्कूल
This one line, which encapsulate about 24 lakh people,
सबसे पहले
cannot give them
सॉल्व किया हुआ प्रश्न पत्र मिला
any
जिसे हमें
abnormality.
लोगों ने मोबाइल को
If 10,000 have gotten into
वाईफाई प्रिंटर से कनेक्ट
this
कर सॉल्व कर
system,
दिया
through a
As and
back
when
door.
they started, solving the papers, they
And there is
started
an
giving, it was
inflation.
not given
Inflation is
equal to.
admitted.
First was
Leak is
harder.
admitted. They are trying to justify it that it should be the same curve, and it is the same curve. So this is no indication that there is no abnormality. That is my respectful submission. Because of the data is too large, which can't be caught. Granular variations can't be seen with this large data.
Yes.
Now, will I kindly see the next table? They say the city-wise top ranker analysis. Plot of the marks obtained versus number of candidates for all the candidates who took the examination. Similar analysis was carried out by NTA for every city, and the results followed the same distribution. This was verified by IIT Madras team. This further strengthens our view that there was no major abnormality. There can be abnormality, but there is no major abnormality which can be caught by this system. If this Python software is run through 24 lakh students' data.
Similar statements.
Now, what we can see center-wise top ranker analysis, which they say that there are city-wise, there are 571 cities. They say first top 100 are evenly spread, and then the data they give is only with regard to 17 students. Bangalore, Karnataka 5, Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh 4, Kota, Rajasthan 3, Tamil Nadu 3, Patna, Bihar 2, total is 17. Why are they shying away? If they have run it for top 100, they should give for top 100. That will include Hardayal School, Bahadurgarh, which had 8 candidates from the same center.
That you have to establish something on the.
Now, they are leaving us in darkness because they have the data, we do not have a data. So whatever they are saying, we are trying to analyze and find that is it correct or not. Now, the same story runs through all their tables. Can you see the next table?
I can give, there is no difficulty. Just to
all right.
Context,
I'll read the narration also.
Only a minute, just to give the context. This chart shows that out of students who got first top 100, and we are not counting those 1563. Please don't count them because they become a separate class.
My only limited objection is why only for 17 people? Why don't they give a data for 100? Top 100.
I'm answering that. Please allow me to. You listen to it. In Bengaluru, just to show the difference, in 23 there was 1, here it is 5. Maximum in India, the city which got 100 ranker is 5 in Bengaluru, Lucknow 4, Kota 3, Namakkal 3, Patna 2. Rest are 10101.
But do you have the breakup of the top 100 ranks?
Yes.
Top 100 ranks, if you can give us what cities do they come from? Because we have now got the data for the 17, 5 and 4, 9 and 3, 12 and 15 to 17.
Rest would be 10101.
If you can just give us in a chart, you can split it out and give it to us and give it to the others also. That if we take the top 100, which are the cities from which they are?
Our counter affidavit at page 118, we have shared the 100 side also, and we have based it on.
Just give it to us separately right now. You have it right now, just give it to us.
Separately, it is annexed to our counter affidavit.
Where is it? It's just page.
Your counter.
Page number 118.
If your lordships, I'll take your lordship.
Counter of NTA.
Papers from Vanshika, yes, school. And what are the checks and balances on real-time basis? There is some temporary notice. That I agree with you.
91. Capture that.
They are spread to 91 places, but these 5 are top. Bangalore has maximum students, 5 who are in the first 100. Rest would be 10, 10, 10, etc.
And 5th of May is the examination.
You said 950,
The
no?
question paper remained in private.
Affidavit on
hands
behalf
for
of
a very long time.
NTA,
Yes, my lord, 118,
From 24th of
annexure
April till
R19.
3rd of May. I leave it there,
A19.
Lord. They
R19.
say that from everywhere.
PDF page
Center in
121.
charge will go to the bank in the morning. Lord, I'm showing the mechanism and how brittle and fragile the mechanism is.
121.
But the entire mechanism
PDF
they have
120.
followed.
Just give us the facts.
Yes. Now,
Hey,
in the
121
morning,
is some
they say
wakalatnama.
8:50
Annexure
center in charge of
Analysis of top 110.
R19.
Counter affidavit on behalf of NTA,
what has
Additional
actually
affidavit of
happened, which is the
NTA.
documents on
additional
record.
affidavit of NTA.
Taking example of
The petition number would
Dayan
be
School,
writ
Bahadurgarh,
petition
Jhajjar.
335 of 2000.
Correct, correct. So one Binod Kumar Sahu is the deponent?
To both
Yes,
the
yes,
banks.
yes, yes.
Right.
Collect papers
There we have got
from
the
both the
annexure
banks.
A1 is a performance analysis of 17 candidates of Patna, Bihar.
Canara Bank. Paper
Yes.
A2 is copy of
taken from Canara
screenshots
Bank
of
is allowed to be
messages.
Correct,
attempted
same,
for
same.
all 3
Now,
hours and 20 minutes.
which is the chart that you're
And
referring?
then
118.
they say
118.
that the over and above, because on 4th of April, they did not declare any other key except the key for SBI bank question
Look,
paper.
in the entire country, the analysis of top 100 candidates.
Oh, where is that actually?
That exactly, my lord, annexure
118, my lord, annexure 19, R19.
118.
Two candidates get 719 and 718. So it came out that how come from this center
Page
8
number
people
118
comes
hoga.
within first 69 and this number is not possible. NTA came out with a theory that no, we have given a grace marks because there is a delay. I have seen, my lord, the video of the principal of the Circumstantial school, which says, and which is openable even now, which says
Continuous
that
page
there
PDF
was no delay in processing.
1070.
In fact, we distributed Canara Bank paper
1070.
when it was already half an hour.
There is no top ranker.
Correct. That's right. That's right. And they declared entire country.
It's not every
Entire country, my lord.
But this is the additional.
Yes, your lordship.
Of course, different configurations because the questions will be jumbled up.
Even in the one classroom,
Yeah. Obviously.
in one classroom also,
Speaking to each other can't know which is the order of the
which is the
question.
order. One of the thing which is going on in the social media is that two numbers sitting with each other, both got 600 marks. How is it possible? But both would have the system that both sitting in front and back, and
So,
both
Lord,
sitting
here,
on the side. They have
center-wise toppers
they need a
for
my
all
question
100.
number 1 would be his
Right.
question
So first is
number 18.
Guntur.
So we can't even
That's
do
it.
that. Orthodox way of cheating also is not possible.
Place the hard facts, how they have done.
But can your lordships come to 121?
Admittedly,
Yes, we
they
got it.
distributed
We have
Canara Bank.
121.
Yes.
Please see Lucknow.
Canara Bank question paper was attempted by
See
all
which
the above
one?
500
Lucknow, my
candidates.
lord.
How long?
For,
Uttar Pradesh,
till
Lucknow, my lord.
5:20 is the
Left
last
hand
time.
side, first column, Uttar
There
Pradesh,
was no delay.
Lucknow,
The principal is on record of the school and they say,
211. Your lordship gets, my lord?
"Look, that happens
Lucknow,
by
Uttar
Madhapur."
Pradesh
I'll come to that.
is the
Dayan
lord
School,
state,
Canara
Lucknow
Bank
is
paper
the
was given
city,
in the first
and
instance, when
SDSN
Canara Bank
Mahavidyalaya is
not
the
to
center.
be the
From
paper
that
to be
center,
attempted. How
out
come it
of
was even given
100,
to them? What is the
two
SOP?
candidates
How they
fall into our
meticulously
100,
they followed it,
first
he
100.
says.
Then in
The
Lucknow,
principal
Loyola
question paper
International,
found
one
to be
student,
valid. Both were
and
stable.
Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow Central Academy, one student. Total up to 4. And therefore, in the report of the IIT Madras, they mentioned Lucknow as 4.
Lord, may at the same page, Lord, may kindly see at page 120, there are 9 people, 8 people from Jaipur, which they have not captured in the table.
From where you have to
Kindly see the
collect
Jaipur,
the
Milord. Page 120.
in the morning at 7 o'clock.
Jaipur alone has, Milord,
This particular center,
9 people.
sir.
Go and collect it from Canara
They have
Bank.
captured 2. They have not captured 9.
Go to the SBI to collect the paper.
That maybe a mistake or something. Or deliberate. But paper was
Now, Jhajjar, we just wanted to some clarity on Jhajjar. So he collects the paper from the Canara Bank.
Correct, my lord.
Students write. You're right. 1, 2, 3,
Nine.
4,
It is
5,
nine.
6, 7, 8. 9 probably. Now, thereafter what happens? Everybody is given grace marks or what happens?
No, no, eight second. Change.
7 people from Bihar, my lord, in this. Canara Bank paper.
One second, let's have clarity. Uttar Pradesh, we get
My lord, I learned it.
2 and 1, 3 and 1, 4.
Yes.
That 3 from Lucknow, 2 from Noida. Lucknow 4. Lucknow 4, no?
Well, the purpose is to show that they are spread over, that in Lucknow, there are only 4 out of total 23 lakhs who appear. But just to show that if there would have been any
If they are giving
leakage or malpractice,
well, if they
in
are
one
giving-
center, there would be a spike. That's the intention.
Bihar, there are 7, right?
Yes.
Bihar, they are, yes, my lord. Hmm?
6. State-wise, Bihar, there are 7,
Yes,
right?
yes, my lord.
Then Haryana, how many?
Pradesh 7.
Gujarat, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Haryana 3. 4. Haryana 4, my lord. And Lord, may kindly notice Haryana 4 is in a situation, if I can be given a moment here.
Yes.
There was one Hardyal school in Bahadurgarh where 8 people were from the same center. And the story of that center is, my lord, the paper distributed in that center, 500 odd student, was taken from Canara Bank. Paper
That
was
is a different
distributed.
issue. Let us
That's a
not-
different issue, but I'm showing it. It has a relevance.
But Haryana, there are 4. There are 4 in the top 100.
Lord, there were 6 people in the top, which are not, they are not there now. Because what happened, my lord, in Bahadurgarh, Lord, that's one other glaring thing I just want to state here.
2024 as an examination center.
NTA never disclosed it.
Perhaps let's the city coordinator.
That in
must have
Hardyal
seen the
school,
message that you have to pick
Judger,
up this place. As a result,
the
of
question
this has to be
paper
picked up from both the places.
taken from Canara Bank was distributed.
Don't release the.
That paper was taken.
Release only the State Bank.
There was absolutely no delay in distribution of paper. The principal of the school is on record on YouTube. Even here it can be shown. She says that we collected paper from SBI as well as Canara. Ultimately, the instructions came that you distribute paper from. Allow me to state it. Allow me to
It's a different issue. We will not.
different issue that which you have never disclosed on affidavit till now. And I will demonstrate in court. That's a very clinching issue, which they are getting agitated on. Paper taken from SBI as well as Canara both. The paper was distributed, which is taken from Canara Bank. Lord, the entire country was giving the paper taken from SBI, but Hardyal School, Bahadurgarh, paper was given, distributed, and ultimately full time was given and paper was taken on the basis of Canara Bank.
It's the Canara Bank paper.
Answer.
That is distributed to the candidate. And the candidate.
No, Lord, what happened is, Lord, just if I can complete it. What happens is, the principal says that after about 40 minutes, I conveyed it, that we were told Canara Bank and now these students are attempting Canara Bank question paper. Then the instructions to her was that, all right, if it's already 40 minutes, so let them do Canara Bank. They did Canara Bank. Ultimately, what they did, they did not disclose it to anyone, but they gave grace marks to everyone in that school. And because of those extra marks, 6 people got 720 out of 720. 2 students from the same center got 718 and 719. Thereafter, Lord, this was a grace marks given.
Of course, thereafter, a fresh examination was held.
No, Lord, Lord, that is impinging upon the entire system they have. Now, initially, they arbitrarily gave grace marks
Then the students wrote the whole of.
for which they were not entitled to at all.
Now, this is how they have given grace marks across the country. There was absolutely no justification because they have not come clean on that. Here, they should have said, in Bahadurgarh, a different paper was given. That is why we are holding a re-exam. Fine. First, they said that there was a delay in distribution of paper. There was a loss of time and hence grace marks. When they were caught in this court, then they appeared before the Honorable Other Coordinate Bench and said, now we are having a re-examination. So please do not go into how we gave the grace marks to this 1561 people. I'm sorry, 1563. So the question that how they gave grace marks to 1563 people on account of loss of time has not been examined by this honorable court. They, in their reply, they say that the issue stand resolved because we have had a re-exam. My question is that how in the first instance they identify 1563 like the center in Bahadurgarh, and to hush up the matter they say we have a re-exam. Now, my lord, if it was on account of loss of time, they should have given opportunity to everybody in the country. That wherever there is a...
Mr. Huda, that has attained finality. Our court dismissed that, our court has upheld the re-examination. Initially, they decided to give grace marks to everybody. That was, when that was done, there were representations, they said. They told us last time that there were representations. Thereafter, they decided to revoke that because a fresh committee was appointed and they decided to have a re-examination. Is that correct?
My respectful submission.
I may have to interrupt here, only for a moment, my lords.
Later.
My respectful submission is not this.
How many centers?
In the first instance, they indulged into pick and choose for identifying 1563. One classic example is of Bahadurgarh.
At how many centers?
Then nobody knows how they picked up 1563. And re-examination, the people who were not entitled to get this chance again, got the chance again. And out of this number, out of the total, out of 1563.
Out of 1563, how many make it into the 1,08,000?
Yes, that's an interesting question they have not disclosed. But out of 1563.
Tell us. That's the proof of the pudding isn't that. Out of the 1563 who got the retest, how many actually have made it?
Which included 8 top ranker from one center.
We'll find an answer to that.
Now,
see, I've done now in the top 100. These cities gave reputations high. These are not the top. Huda, when you were arguing, I've just from that top 100, I've done an analysis.
Yes,
The maximum from the states, you said they had disclosed data only for 4 or 5 states. Now, Andhra Pradesh got 7 in the top 100. Bihar 7. Gujarat 7. Just check this up. Ask your team to check it up. I've just done it manually. Andhra Pradesh 7. Bihar 7. Gujarat 7. Haryana 4. Delhi 3. Karnataka 6, Kerala 5, Maharashtra 12, Punjab 6, Rajasthan 19, Tamil Nadu 8, UP 6, and West Bengal 5.
That's right.
So it appears that this spread in the top 100 marks is distributed across the country.
Yes. Look,
this covers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 states, and 12 states and 1 UT.
That's right. That's right. On this 1563, I just want to point out one fact. The people who got re-examination opportunity,
it is
out of them
95 centers.
73 did not pass the basic marks in the
100 candidates. Our affidavit, my lord, says first 100 candidates was analyzed and it has been reported that they are distributed across 95 centers located in 56 cities within 18 states and UT of the country. 69, my lord, in Vanshika Yadav state.
What have you said? That the first 100.
In this regard, just read, my lord. It is submitted that allegation of the petitioner that number of students scoring high marks are only from certain center is completely unsubstantiated. In this regard, the result of top 100 candidates was analyzed and it has been reported that they are distributed across 95 centers located in 56 cities.
Yes.
Within 18 states or UTs of the country. This diverse distribution highlights the widespread participation and competitive spirit among students from different regions and educational backgrounds.
Mr. Huda,
This is not-
tell you on the other aspects. But if you look at, as they say, first 100 candidates are distributed in 95 centers in 56 cities in 18 states. Apart from that, as we said, the maximum we have taken in students, at least 5 or more per state. 5 or more per state. We find that distribution in 12 states and 1 union territory.
That's right.
With the highest being Maharashtra, which is, Rajasthan 19, followed by Maharashtra 12, followed by Gujarat and Bihar 7, and Karnataka 6.
Lord, yes, Lord.
For us, my lord,
67, the 67 students
yes,
who secured 720 out of 720.
they are also, my lord, reduced now because of the re-examination.
Now tell us, originally 67 students
Yes, please.
got
720 out of
720 out of 720.
Yes.
Now, how many of those were in the, I think 17 were in that 1563, no?
Yes. No, not
44 means.
How much? 44?
Initially,
Lord, they are reduced.
7 were there.
Lord,
which
I
got
gave-
reduced,
Yes.
got reduced to 61 because of re-exam at Bahadurgarh. And it's 44 we are attributing to the aspect of one question paper in which 2 options were marked correct. As a result, whereof it's 44 candidates got the benefit of extra 4 marks, making it to 720. If those 44 are removed, then toppers in the entire country are only 17.
And so 44 students got the benefit of the grace marks.
Grace mark.
Not grace marks, full marks for when there was an error in the NCERT book contained the wrong answer.
Lordship is that.
No, there were 2 correct answers. Yes, that's what we'll see here.
So anybody who gave either the NCERT answer or the actually correct answer was given graded as correct.
If they are removed,
They were 44.
Yes.
because they would otherwise get minus, because this is a negative marking system.
Because you didn't go by the NCERT, your booklet didn't go by the NCERT answer, but what was truly the correct answer? They said that, look, the earlier edition of the NCERT book had also this answer.
Now,
So you treated both as correct answers.
Yes.
And those are 44 students.
and total, my lord, are otherwise 17, which in a multiple choice question, my lord, framework is possible in that out of.
So now, as it stands, 61 students across India get 720 out of 720 today.
Yes.
Out of which 44 students have got the benefit of that one question where there were two correct answers were treated as the correct, 2 options were treated as correct answers.
So if
My lord, we have
In.
then 17 remains.
So balance 17 really.
If 44 are
as the real purpose.
100% students.
No expectations.
Now tell us one thing, out of these 61 students, who have now got 720 out of 720, or let me put it this way, in the top 100, are there any cases where students had changed their centers? In the entire exam, Mr. Kaushik, how many students changed their centers in the entire exam? 23 lakhs. We'll go step by step. In the 23 lakh, total number of students who appeared were 23.33 lakhs. How many students had changed their centers out of the 23.33 lakhs?
Yes, the center allotment is only on two aspects, only two factors. One is permanent city and the current city residence. We do not give any specific option with regard to the change of center. Let the correction window is opened up. In that, the field may be changed by the candidates, which will not come to our knowledge.
So that will be permanent or the current city?
Yes, it's only two options. If many,
So once you are registered, you can't change your center.
Next, what they do is, in the name of corrections, some students change the center also, correcting the parameters or the fields of the application form. We give correction window for some time. During that process, only the possibility of change of center.
But you will never know it.
No minutes. That also has to be on the basis of the address.
But you don't have the fields which are originally filled in by the student and the corrected fields.
So far, as of now, the system doesn't catch that.
So we don't know how many students actually changed their centers when the window for correction was open.
We know the correct number of the students who utilized the reopening of the window, in which 15,000 students utilized the correction model.
No, one second. 15,000 students utilized the window which was kept open for making corrections in their applications.
And we have
Now, of the 15,000, how many had corrected the field of the center?
They shy away from.
One second.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Lord, for that, that they should open this window. Rajasthan High Court
Window to correct the fields. The window to correct the fields. How many days was that window kept open?
2 days only.
What are the days?
Well, 10th.
9th and 10th of April.
9th and 10th?
Not for correction. This is not for correction, my lords.
One second. We'll ask them. This
Factually incorrect.
1 second. Mr. Kaushik, the window to correct the fields, how many days and when was that?
24.
List of dates.
Of April, no?
On 8th April,
Page 99 of the document. 99 correction.
No, don't say.
Now tell us one more thing. The candidate, when the candidate fills in the application form online, does the candidate have to fill in the city or center?
City.
City only. Center is allotted by NTA, by the computer. So what they can change is the city, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if a candidate has, say, filled in Guwahati, that candidate during that window can change it from Guwahati to Lucknow.
Yes.
But no candidate can decide on the center. Is that correct?
Lordship.
Centers are allotted only by NTA. Just check, is that correct?
Yes.
By computer system or
By the computer system.
Center allotment is only 2 days or 3 days before the exact date of exam. So nobody would come to know which center is going to be allocated.
But that's not an issue. Differently from
Center will be in the same city.
To correct fields, you are saying?
March 20th, March 20th, March 98.
Is it correct? 18 March to 20th March?
18th March to 20th March and 11th April to 15th April.
All right, 1 second.
11th to 15th was additional. New people came. 9th.
And 11 to 15.
Yes.
It's apparently 9th and 10th.
9th and
This is 9th and
Now tell us one thing. How many came in, how many corrected their fields between 18th and 20th March?
That millets data is to be found out.
But you said that 15,000, no?
That is millets when additional slot was opened on the basis of the court orders and representations. Further time was given to make fresh applications.
In April.
Yes, please.
So 15,000.
Yes.
24,000.
All right, 8th April to 15th, 11th April to 15th April, you said, no?
No, 8th April to 10th April.
No.
Correction window is 11th to 15th.
Notification was 8th April dated and the window was open for 9th and 10th for new registration. For new registration, not for correction and for correction.
In which?
Sir, I am reading for you from your affidavit and from your document.
What is the window?
I was at page number 99.
Just read it.
Page number 99. This is a public notice dated 13th March 2022. The subject is correction in particulars on the online application form of National Eligibility cum Entrance Exam UG 2024. Now, my lord, I am reading the box, the relevant part. Neet 2024 UG. Duration of correction 18th March to 20th March 2024 up to 11:50 p.m.
Right.
Field for correction. So he is even not disclosing that what field. It was specifically mentioned that field for correction is as per Annexure A, and that Annexure A was not. Annexure A was filed on the next page. All fields. This is very important.
So between 18th and 20th March, you could correct all fields.
All fields and update documents except the contact mobile number, email. So other than
All right.
everything has
Now,
to be
which was the second window? We got the first window, 18th to 20th March. What is the second window?
the second
Not for
window
the
is
correction.
9th of April and 10th of April. For 2 days, the second window opened for a new application, a new registration.
At page
And
number
that is for 15,000. They will not say that it is, this is unprecedented. It never happened earlier. They say that they were directed to do this by the Rajasthan High Court. Rajasthan High Court order is on record, which pertained to only one candidate. And High Court said, for this candidate, you permit him the registration.
So 9th and 10th April 2024, you say there were 15,000 fresh registrants.
24,000. As per our information.
Now, already, let's ask Mr.
24,500.
Kaushik. Now, 18th to 20th March 24, how many corrections? That is the window for corrections. Do we have figures about that?
That millets we will have to work out.
All right. And 9th to the 10th of April, how many new applications came?
That according to our information. And we have given the data millets 15,000 applications. New applications were received. Let's
We'll take your data. It's official data.
And my lord, one more important.
Change of center is concerned, the petitioners have let's focus only at Godhra. In Godhra, the change of center was by only 34 persons, out of which only 16 could be allotted the change of center.
And they are not getting any admission.
They are not getting let's any.
So, come again for change of centers.
Yes.
Was by NTA, you changed the center.
By the candidates,
Permitted changes.
Yes.
No, but we took it that the candidate has no choice of change of center.
Correction.
City.
No, city. I stand corrected.
Right.
City.
Right. So,
For example, Jaipur to Gujarat. And out of.
so do we have any data on how many students all over the country, say in the first 1,08,000, we'll now focus on 1,08,000, no better, had changed their cities?
We will get that data, but we have got the data of Godhra only. It's because the Godhra was the only.
So, how many of the 1,08,000 would have changed their cities? We would like to know that.
That will be possible.
And we would also like to see the distribution of which were the cities that they changed. Was there any change in respect of one of these suspect areas, like Hazaribagh or Patna, or is there any concentration in the change of cities to specific cities?
So there is one interesting statistic.
That will give us some idea.
I have seen one
Is there any skew? Is there any skew in respect of those who got registered between the 9th and 10th of April 24? So after lunch, we are just short of lunch. We'll just break for lunch.
Please.
After all this mental exercise, you also need a little lunch. But what we want to know is this, that those who change their centers, how many of those have made it to the 1,08,000? That's one. And second, is there any skew in favor of those who had changed the cities on the 9th and 10th?
We have, let's roughly work out.
Also, some people change their language. Some people change their language. They said, please give us a Gujarati medium, for instance.
Or language, just
That-
give us also
so
language.
that fits
So
the same.
concentrate on 9th and 10th of April. How many students change? How many of the fresh registrations, for fresh registrations also could change their centers?
Yes.
Fresh registration date is after which the
Can they change the center during that period?
new application is totally different. New applications are completely different.
Can an old student
Acha, one more. Only confined to one student. Then how did you open up the portal for on 9th and 10th of April 2024 beyond that one student? As a result of which 15,000 students registered. Just 1 second, we have something very important. We'll forget it otherwise. Out of the 15,000 students, how many are in the 1,08,000?
Correct. The reason is, I can give.
Mr. Kaushik, just talk to your staff at lunch and come back after lunch. We'll come back.
Advocate Nadumbara here. I think our discussions are going little off. My lord, I may
That's why Nedumbara is there, no, to ensure that we don't go off.
I may be permitted to address your lordship for just 5 minutes.
Of course, who said no?
No, my lord, before you further proceed, my lord. I was patiently listening everything because I think the whole issue is.
One second.
Yes.
One of your colleagues is in
No,
charge of the
I only want one sentence to be permitted.
After he finishes, we'll hear
No, my
others.
lord, I only wanted to say one sentence. Hear me in one sentence full.
One sentence.
One sentence only. The whole question before the court is whether the test should be, examination be cancelled or and a re-examination to be conducted. The discussion is far away from that.
No, this is the heart of it. We have to look at the evidence, the underlying evidence in the record to see whether
But that is a major administrative decision. It is not depending on a minor irregularity here or there. It's a major administrative decision. But for a minor irregularity here or there.
All right. Mr. Nedumbara, 1 second. We were a little confused. Are you on this side or on that side?
I am for the petitioners and my submission is.
You are saying no retest.
No, Manod, absolutely. Only a way is to conduct a retest.
Okay. Then that's
And Manod, I want to use a very soft terminology, very soft terminology. I discussed with the IIT professor, he used a strong terminology. I'm not using it. He used the terminology the professor used was the IIT report. He said, there are 3 types of lies, damn lies, and now IIT report.
Data.
Let's not.
No, I'm not using. I'm not saying that.
We don't use adjectives.
No, I'm not using.
That's not fair. Mr. Nedumbara, also 1 second. Let's not just damn it's Premier Institute. It's so easy to say something about a Premier Institute. Give us core facts.
No, my lord, I'm very soft on them.
Give us core facts.
If my lord were to hear the cold
If I can point out just one aspect,
exam, my lord.
but if I can just say one aspect before my
All right, we'll come back after lunch. Yes, man. Your Judges Association matter.
Scope of your lordship to take.
Today this will go on. So we'll take pension matter for judges. We'll probably take it up next week.
Anyway.
You're safe today. You can.
Grateful, my lords.
Because
the SBI paper was withdrawn and Canara Bank paper was allowed to be continued. That's a fact.
In Hardyal school.
Yes, minutes.
That is what that means. In Hardyal school, all students wrote the Can Bank paper. Right?
Be firm, put
Yes.
it on a piece of paper
Yes,
so
we
that
will.
there is a
On a
responsibility.
piece of paper.
Not just
We will.
to,
Yes.
just to, my lord,
All students wrote the Can Bank paper at Hardyal school. Why were they given grace marks?
What we will do is, we will prepare the city-wise where this happened and center-wise. Why the different
Give
treatment?
it to us in the
Yeah.
afternoon. We will understand.
Yes, we will.
only one thing, my lord, just to put
Were papers replaced and under whose orders were the papers continued?
Yes.
Was NTA monitoring this from Delhi or what happened?
It is monitored from Delhi millets and millets communication.
So did Delhi get to know in the morning that look, the wrong paper has been disputed at these
What
ends?
time it came to the knowledge and what time the communication,
Tell us.
because millets, large number of centers.
Tell us in the
8,
afternoon.
not large number.
Now, Mr. Huda, you have to wrap up.
But in fact, I'm not allowed to proceed by the other side.
Lord, only one thing,
I was
just
on
to put
Hardyal
things
school.
in
There are
perspective.
20 questions on Hardyal school itself.
My lord,
They
only-
have made 4
only a
statements with
minute,
regard.
only a
Let
minute.
let me show, my lord.
Only a minute. Lord, my learned friend is arguing that the entire country's examination is vitiated and therefore there should be a retest. My lord, giving examples of some mistakes
No,
here or
that's a
there
systemic failure, my lord.
4,570 may not, my lord, serve his purpose of assisting them.
I'm saying there is a systemic failure, and I'm sequentially demonstrate that how the system
come out
was so
from Jhajjar
brittle
yet. You
and
come out
fragile,
Jhajjar,
and
then
which
Haryana,
was
then go to
tweaked
India.
at the whims and fancies of these invigilators and city center operators who are private individuals, got nothing to do with the government. With regard to Jhajjar, I'm just closing Jhajjar. I want to say, in the first response, they said Hardyal school, Canara paper was given. They attempted Canara paper. They evaluated Canara paper. No grace marks were given. This is their stand just now. They have changed it right now. With regard to the other 2 centers, they say there was a loss of time and that is why grace marks were given. Just now they said it. Now they have again said it with regard to those 2 centers. No grace marks were given. Extra time was given then and there. Who took the decision, my lords, have rightly asked the question. Now, with regard to Hardyal school, just to fact I want to bring to my lord's notice, a student who got 719 marks in Hardyal school with grace marks, they were given re-examination along with this 1563. The same student had, earlier the rank was 68 with 719 marks out of 720. Now the rank is 58,413. With regard to the student who got 718 in the same Hardyal school, where the rank was 69, after re-examination, the rank is 38,497. Now they do not know whether Canara Bank was given or initially SBI was given. On 4th of June, they declare one result, that is SBI result. There is no separate key. They did not even disclose on 4th of June that there was loss of time. And that loss of time we have compensated with grace marks. This they had to come out with only when they were confronted with 719 marks and 718 marks, because this is not numerically possible with the number of marks and negative marking. Then they said, now, in the entire country, what they do is, this NTA has collected about 400 crore rupees from the students. Thereafter, I give example of Seeker now, which is data-wise very important. Seeker has 49 centers in all. Out of 49 center, only one center is this Kendriya Vidyalaya. Rest 48 centers are, my lord, all private schools, self-financed private schools. All their city coordinator, invigilators, superintendent are all private individuals whom NTA issue checks of 2,000 rupees a day or 2,500 or 1,500 rupees.
Now, because this honorable court is kind enough to allow me to argue this case because so many people have come to assist me. They've shown me photographs of the school, private school in a village where this exam is being conducted. It doesn't even have a boundary wall. Now, I have gone through their entire process. I will not call it as a SOP. Now, that indicates that at 5:20, the paper is collected by the invigilator. And the OMR sheet is taken. OMR sheet is taken. Now, what is the time when this OMR sheet is to be sealed? It's nowhere prescribed. It remains in the center. We have spoken even to the center vigilators. Either 2-3 hours, it keep lying in every center with the center superintendent. And then they have to deposit it somewhere where all the OMR sheets are collected. Like for seeker, there is one place where OMR sheets are ultimately collected in one center. There is no procedure NTA prescribed that 5:20 this OMR sheet is collected. Then 5:30 it should be sealed in the presence of the students. Because they have trained these invigilators across the country.
Then what time do they get deposited with the centralized deposit?
There is no time given, Milord. Let them file a specific affidavit if they have ever in black and white.
How soon after the examination concludes at 5:30?
Milord, it is
the sealing process taking place.
Milord, they say that it is 8:30 to 9 o'clock. Ultimately, it gets deposited with the city center.
But before
What
that,
time
when
is
does
the
sealing takes place?
Milord, this I could not find in their entire SOP. I have placed it before this honorable.
That's the point.
So, Milord, I would say I will show the data.
Now, Mr. Huda, please go to
Milord,
the data.
I'm coming to the data, Milord.
Please come to it.
Yes. Now, Milord, after analyzing the data, what we find, there are certain centers which are doing exceedingly well. It's not the students, that the centers are doing exceedingly well. Like Milord, Kota and Seeker both have almost equal number of students appearing. Mismatch I'll show.
Yes.
Milord, the data I wanted to show after giving this background, that after 5:20, there is a lot of time and leeway.
Got your point. You did not
And because Milord, Kota and Seeker had equal number of students appearing, if we calculate Milord, first top centers in the country, getting students having more than 650 rank, marks, then 38 center out of 49 center are only from Seeker.
Student getting over 650 marks.
That's right, Milord.
38?
38 out of 50.
What is 50?
50 top centers, Milord, in the entire country.
West more than 650 marks.
That's right. If 650 is taken as a cutoff and we evaluate that what are the top 50 center in the country.
Where even one student gets more than 650.
That's right. So all students put together getting more than 650 are from Seeker out of 50.
38 out of 50
Correct.
are from
Seeker. Seeker alone. 38 centers, Milord. And 6 centers, Milord, adjoining to Rajasthan, which falls in Haryana. There's a Mahendragarh, Bhiwani. Rewari, Mahendragarh, Bhiwani. And now, Milord, may kindly see this. There are 2 factors.
what I've taken down is that Kota and Seeker centers had broadly equal number of students appearing. Students getting more than 650 marks.
Yes, let me straight away show those charts, Milord.
38 out of 50 are from Seeker alone, 6 in Mahendragarh, Rewari and Bhiwani.
Correct, Lord.
Now show us the chart.
Yes, Milord. Milord, may kindly permit me to refer to my second supplementary note.
Which you have just given today, no?
Yes, Milord, which was filed, Milord.
Page
my lord, first annexure, page 13 is their SOP, which I said that there is no time given for sealing after OMR is collected. Then, my lord, the data of top 50 centers, my lord, that is page 101, annexure C. But before that, my lord, allow me to show one more chart at page 100 for a moment, my lord. This again, they have to answer it, my lord, if they can answer it post lunch. The difference in the data declared on 4th of June and 20th of July, page 100, my lord, may kindly see this table. My lord, just see Bihar,
Just one second.
page 100, my lord. That's right. Mismatch in the result published on 4th of June 2014 and 20th of July 2024. 4th of June 24 and 20th of July 24.
Yes.
Lord, just see Bihar at serial number 4. As per 4th of June, registered were 1,54,000, appeared 1,49,000 something, qualified 74,743. Now the data on 20th of July. Appeared student 1,36,000. The difference is 13,000.
Right.
And Lord, this difference is appearing almost everywhere. And we will respond to that after they respond to it.
4th of June and 20th July, the number of students comes down.
Correct.
Appeared students.
That's right. Lord, Rajasthan, Lord, may kindly see specifically Rajasthan also for this.
There is something plus also like Tamil Nadu. There.
Yes.
Rajasthan is plus 18,000.
Yes. Now, my lord, what happens? My lord, let me explain it. Let me, my lord, explain it for a moment. What happens is, in their system, if I am a resident of Rohtak, Haryana, if I fill up an address of Tamil Nadu, I want to go to Sikar. I can simply fill up my address, some address of Sikar, and they will treat me as a student of Sikar. And I will get a center somewhere in Sikar. People have gone from Godhra, Gujarat, to Karnataka, Belgaum. One incident is a girl who got 705 marks on 4th of June. She got failed in 12th class and she's getting 31 out of 100 chemistry and so on and so forth. People have traveled from Odisha, Karnataka to Godhra. And Lord, with regard to this, one professor wrote an email which I have placed on record a month before, that this is a scam happening.
How many students had, would we know what their original place is?
Lord, what happens is they do not connect it with Aadhaar card or any proof of residence. They open their system. They say you fill up the address of your residence, whatever you feel like, and we will treat it to be your residence address. And we will allocate you center as per the address you give it here. Absolutely no system in place to verify that.
So, are you contending, suppose I am a student, I am ordinarily residing in Delhi. When I fill up my form online, I can choose a center, say in Sikar, or I can fill out a center in somewhere in Tamil Nadu or Kerala.
But I am free to give whatever address I want.
Showing us by showing some residence over there.
Not even showing, filling it up. Just I need to type it.
At what point of time do they verify whether you are actually a resident of that?
At no stage, my lord, may kindly note it.
A student can choose a center in any part of the country.
Any part of the country.
And you don't have to submit any documents?
Absolutely no proof, my lord.
And there is an email, if I can straight away invite some kind attention to that email for a moment. Professor email.
It's not a change of center, but choice of center.
Choice of page 190. Page 190 of this may kindly permit me to.
Writing an email that there is a scam.
No.
All right, so Mr. Solicitor, just tell us this later on when your turn comes. Argument is that a student can choose a center of their liking anywhere in the country by saying, I reside there.
Yes, sir.
Does the student at any point of time of the registration process have to produce any documentary material to indicate that they are residents of that place?
I'll
like an
answer
Aadhaar
that.
card,
I'll answer that, but when I
whatever.
give the figures of seeker, he's taking on seeker, I'll be able to justify the success rate has gone down, but we'll be able to show that. Now, let me come to my place. Look, I can't go
How
by.
does it work when a center is sought by a student? Student applies for a center or city when you submit an application for it?
City.
Now,
Center
when a
is not.
student applies for a city, does NTA require in the student to upload any document?
Just followed inquire and malod.
Absolutely.
Or does that student just choose a city anywhere in the country?
Correct.
Let them verify.
Correct. Lord, I just want to point out an email, like Lord would remember, Kaka College had written them with regard to Godhra a month earlier. They did not act on it. In their reply, they say now they have marked this college Kaka email to some competent authority to look into it. Now, with regard to this, allow me, my lord, to refer to this email at page 190.
Shows the data. You passed that already before yesterday.
My lord, yes, my lord, I'm coming back. My lord, I'm already on the tables, my lord. My lord, I'm already on the tables. My lord, my lord, may kindly see. Yes. My lord, I was page 100. My lord, I'm showing this data. I was at page 100 to demonstrate.
Ultimately, up to now, we have dealt with Hazaribagh, we have dealt with Patna, we have dealt with,
This all will demonstrate.
No, my lord, give me some time.
Submission is-
My friend has taken a long, I have no quarrel. I have to attend some other matter. I'll be grateful. I will only take 10 minutes. That I am 10 minutes. My lord, my lord, if you go by seniority, I am 66, I am senior. But we have followed a different rule. I have no quarrel.
No.
I have no quarrel.
I every
Yes.
standard, Mr.
No, Mr. Tushar Mehta, you are only 59. Junior to me in bar and age. Yes. Please don't insult seniors. But my lord, I only take 10 minutes.
Second, any group matter, one person leads.
No, my lord, I only take 10 minutes, my lord.
We are also.
No, because I believe that he is.
Second, Mr. Nedumbara, it would be wrong to say that he has taken time. We are also.
No, I am not blaming anybody, my lord. I am only requesting 10 minutes to be given to me. Then, my lord, relieve me. That's all. 10 minutes to me.
Certainly.
10 minutes to me, my lord. If I can, before lunch, my lord, I have another matter to be. I'm taking adjournment after adjournment, Madras High Court. I want to appear online.
All right.
So 10 minutes.
I was page 100, the table, just to demonstrate the mismatch. And this is for them to explain that how the number of candidates who appeared in a particular state has gone down from the result declared on 4th of June to the result declared on 20th of July. Then, my lord, at page 101, annexure C is the list of top 50 centers, which indicates, my lord, that how these centers are concentrated in seeker.
This is very important. Just one second.
Yes.
Let's go closely on this. Yes.
Lord, I have given the center code, number of students appeared, how many students above 700, then the percentage of 700 plus, above 650, percentage of above 650, above 600, percentage of above 600, and then above 550. I have gone only up to above 550. Now, this will show a concentration.
Where?
The concentration here is, my lord, primarily seeker. My lord, may kindly see this. Rajkot
there is one station at Rajkot, Millard, where the total number of students is 1968. Center code, where 12 students above 700. 115 above 615. There is something special with Rajkot, this center code. That's fine. That will seeker after Rajkot. 1,000 students, 8 are above 700.
9 are above.
And then, Millard, Millard, I'm on next item, a seeker Rajasthan. Out of 1,001 student appearing, 8 above 700, then 69 above 650, and 115 above 600. And then 241 above 550. And Lord, also kindly keep it in mind, city coordinators are the owners of these schools. And these are private schools. And the invigilators are the employees of these private schools. And the possibility cannot be ruled out that these teachers are not in league with the coaching centers, my lord, which are operating in Kota and Sikar.
Are what? Are the city coordinators? City coordinators are government employees or they're private employees?
They are principals of the particular school which
Private
is
schools, my lord.
Sorry,
Principal of the school where the center is located.
Private schools.
city coordinators.
City coordinator means.
Yes, my
Center
City coordinator.
It's completely privatized.
Principal of CBSE school is the city coordinator.
No, there is in Sikar there is no CBSE school. There is only one this Kendriya Mahavidyalaya. 48 are the private schools, my lord. And CBSE affiliated, not CBSE run.
They are all CBSE schools.
CBSE affiliated school.
But they are CBSE affiliated schools, not CBSE run schools.
Top 50, you are saying that there is a concentration of seekers.
Correct, my lord. Kindly see this table, my lord. It shows all seeker. 38 of them, my lord. Not a coincidence, my lord. And I'm sure, my lord, consistently, even the last year also, these, my lord, even last year also and last to last year also, this seeker must be doing well for the reason. Because all these private schools, my lord, they are together, CPSC affiliated or Rajasthan board affiliated. Now, one of them is a city coordinator. Rest are the invigilator. And my lord,
But tell us, Mr. Huda, assuming that that is so, I mean, can that be a ground to cancel the entirety of the exam all over the country? Or two, to cancel the exam for seeker as a
no, my
whole?
lord, what I say, I bow down.
That we show a retest for seeker.
My lord, what I humbly submit
There's
is,
sufficient data in itself.
If
Lord,
all
what-
over the country,
Lord, what
there are
assembly-
6 people per 1,000 who get above 600, all over the country. That's the average. And in each place in Sikar, you get 75, you get 80. That's the
So just let's see this, what you
The
have
country
completed
average.
over here.
Please,
It's
the reference value is the country average.
वो डाउनलोड करके पहले उसको will magnify मेरे को दिखने में
Lord,
नहीं दिखता है.
my lord, what I humbly submit is,
Have a paper copy of that page.
Words only.
yes, my lord, it's there. My lord.
Less than 10.
3 दे दिया. Give 3. This is not 100, 500 and above. This is not with regard to.
पुरेते नहीं
It's about this percentage. Good. Mr. Hegde, above what?
6 people per 1,000. That's 0.6%. Is on an average. That's the national. That should be the reference value. Now, if your lordship takes the first one in Rajasthan, or see the Vidya Bharati Public School, let us see how many of them have got in. So above 550, which gets you a state, there are 241 students who have got above 550
Out of 1,000.
out of 1,000 students. 1 in 4 students.
Lord, this is alluding towards systemic failure. And all these people are not from Sikar. They have come from all over the country. They are not people who have taken coaching from Sikar.
How do you
Because of this systemic failure.
say that they have not taken coaching from?
I do not know
I mean,
because if I compare it.
Don't make statements.
Hold on, please. If I compare it with Kota is the coaching
Kota
hub.
and Sikar are education
And
hubs.
yes,
People from
now
students from
and
all
the
over
number
the
of
country
students appeared
stay
in
there.
Kota.
There are hostels, PG accommodations. It's a coaching cluster. So don't say that they are not. They are not.
Belgavi, Milord, in Karnataka is not a coaching hub where a girl goes from Anjali Patel, goes from Gujarat to Belgavi. She fails, she appears in 12th class standard in Gujarat because she's from Gujarat. She failed, but she went all the way to Belgavi, got 705 marks. And Lord, what I'm told is the CBSE syllabus of 12th is completely in align with the syllabus of NEET examination. So it's not possible somebody getting 31 in botany out of 100 and getting 700.
Have you shown data from that center in Belgavi where she appeared? Were the people getting high marks unusually large at that center?
Lord, there are.
You must show us.
Lord, I will. If I will show all these tables in seriatim, Lord, I will show that. So, Lord, this table at 101 indicates there is a heavy tilt for seeker because there is a systemic malaise which has worked in favor of the students appearing in these centers in seeker. And we cannot separate the tainted from the untainted.
And all these private people, the person who is doing videography, I give just one example here. Their emphasis is that we videograph everything at all these centers, though they are private people. In Savai Madhopur, may I have Milord's attention just for a moment? Their emphasis is that though all these are private people, all these city coordinators, invigilators, but our CCTV monitoring is so robust that we catch them. In case of Savai Madhopur, Milord, it is their own case that a wrong question paper was distributed in a different language. And the question paper started at 2 p.m. They got to know, this is on record, and their reply on record to say that we got to know that wrong question paper has been given in Savai Madhopur, Rajasthan at 4:30 from the social media. They are on affidavit to say this. If
how do you establish, we made this point about Sikar, etc. How do you establish that the paper leak, according to you, has spread all over the country? What is the material for you to indicate?
on that, I'm on a second point now. So far as paper leak is concerned,
Part of this case is the paper leak, right?
not only that, my very predominant argument besides paper leak is their systems are so fragile, which are being consistently compromised because everybody is private They are issuing just checks in the name of some videographer sitting in Delhi, some coordinator in the city who are the owners of the private school and the principals. They have absolutely no check.
Tell us one thing. We'll ask you something frankly. Are you challenging the result of this NEET, or are you appearing for people who don't want the NEET at all?
No, Lord. What I'm pointing out that this NTA, the way it is holding this examination can't be sustained for the reason that there is absolutely no system in place. Lord, as I was pointing out, just allow me a moment on here.
It would be also far-fetched to say that there is.
Lord, let me show you. Lord,
we have loopholes, we will address them.
but Lord, the loopholes are being exploited on the face of it. The data is being shown.
Oh, you have to show us that there is a systemic destruction of the sanctity of the exam.
Lord, on that,
Across India.
one thing, Lord,
Now you have basically concentrated on Hazaribagh, you have concentrated on Patna, you have shown us some examples
Lord, I
from
have shown.
Bahadurgarh, what happened in Bahadurgarh.
let me,
Now
let me
you're
Lord,
saying one
quickly.
student from
What is
Gujarat
the,
goes to Belgavi and gets
Lord,
associate's
what
grade.
is
Where have you demonstrated before us a
systemic
infinite
failure?
space?
Lord, what is this systemic failure and what is the malaise in this system which they have adopted for this examination? If I count them Lord, quickly, one is the time gap after the OMR sheets are taken and the time being deposited. It is in the private hands where there is no time fixed for sealing it and in whose presence these OMR sheets are being sealed. I'm alluding toward a systemic failure that, Lord, here in Sikar, Mahendragarh, wherever this concentration is happening, the OMR sheets are being consistently tampered with after the exam is over. Lord, as is being suggested by the government of India that the question paper could be sold in 1 hour and in another hour the students could do it. In the same manner, after taking the OMR sheet at 5:20, the entire staff in the college, which is a private school and all private invigilators, they have the question paper with them. And they have 2-3 hours with them. What prevents them from filling up the OMR sheets and then depositing it with the city center? So it is this loophole which is being exploited here in Sikar and all these centers, Lord, which are a shining star in the entire sky. Belgavi, Lord, why a girl who failed in Gujarat goes all the way to Belgavi? Lord, the reason is this, not only paper leak. Lord, I'm on a next point.
Now tell us that girl who went to Belgavi, all right, we'll take it as a prima facie suspicious case.
Yes, sir.
The center where she appeared from,
Yes.
what is the performance of that center?
Yes, Lord, I have that.
6% success ratio and 7% success ratio. And Belgaum,
Lord,
2% success
Lord,
ratio.
about
I
8
showed those
people
figures.
are, Lord, Belgavi is not a coaching center. Lord, the one reason, Lord, the third thing I want to allude to,
Centers in Sikar? How many centers in Sikar?
Sikar is 49 centers.
How many students in Sikar?
Yes, the total number of, yes, Lord, we have the data. 27,000. Lord, this is, just allow me, Lord. Total number is 27,216.
Students.
That's right, Lord. 49 centers. Lord, it is at page 10.
27,216 students from Sikar.
That's right.
How many students, what is the cutoff to be in the first 108,000?
About
If
580.
your lordships can give me only 5 minutes to show my charts, Lord, that
Lord,
might answer most of your lordships'
Lord,
questions.
I'm
Rather than Lord, going all
Lord,
around.
I'm on a complete, Lord, just allow me to
All
complete.
right, 27,216 students. Just tell us.
8,000 of them have got above 500.
How many?
8,225 have got above 500.
Yes, Lord. Lord, this is the
None of
data
them
at
will
page
get it.
103. Lord, this note, this data is there at page 103. Lord, may kindly just see this.
Now tell us, Mr. Solicitor, what would be the cutoff for broadly for the 108,000, the last student to be in the zone of admission to a medical college?
Yes.
What would be the cutoff?
Varies from state to state.
Cutoff is Lord, different.
Varies from state to state. But
No.
if you've got above around 600, you're reasonably safe that you will get something.
No, Lord, my learned friend is.
It will vary from state to state because state domicile comes in.
I'll just, Lord, I have put that figure also. If you are having marked 600, you will stand at 81,000 in first 81,000. I have given my lord each wise 60, 600, 605, etc., etc. I'll show my lord. So a person getting 600 will, in all probability, will not get in at least government medical college, for the simple reason that though we are counting 50%, total seats are 1,08,000. 50% would be, my lord, one half. But from that 50%, 50% will go for SC, ST, OBC and EWS reservation. So merit candidates seats would be available would be 25,000. I have, my lord, given, my lord, we have done the analysis from various angles to show what is the impact, if at all, at the national level, city level and the center level.
Lord, that Sikar have the largest concentration of students. Sikar has 49 centers.
Yes. Seeker center-wise also we have done.
And
Lord, Kota, let me compare it with Kota.
District in the country which has more centers than Sikar, which is in the country-wise.
I'll not do that.
Can you tell us which is the district which has the largest number of centers?
Lord, Kota, Lord, I'm just giving Kota as comparing,
Lord,
because
what
Lord,
we have
Kota
analyzed
is
is,
coaching hub.
Only a minute. What we have analyzed is, city-wise, including Seeker, Kota, and other, my lord, things which are, my lord, being discussed, we have examined how many students appeared in 2022 and what was the success rate. Similar exercise for 23 and similar exercise for 24. In fact, 24 for Seeker, the success rate has gone down. I'll be able to show that. We have compared it with 22, 23, 24. It is around 19%.
Lord, if they can
The success rate is
in one
19%.
go and I complete it. Lord, what I'm alluding to is there is a systemic failure in the manner the Neet is examined. One, I said the no address verification. That is why student can go from.
Yeah. There are two ways of looking at this problem. You all came here because of paper leak. There's no escape from the fact that, yes, there has been a
Paper leak.
paper leak. Is it your argument that this systemic failure which you are talking about now led to paper leak?
No.
So therefore, today we are trying to understand, we are trying to look into to what extent this leak precipitated in the entire country. If it is a case of systemic failure, that stands on a different footing.
Yes.
Because these are two different things. It is because of this paper leak, you are now able to demonstrate before us various irregularities, illegalities. Maybe, you may be right. But at this point of time, digressing from the issue of paper leak, to what extent can we now go into the question of systemic failure? Because we are trying to examine whether this leak led to that girl securing 705 marks at Belaguri despite failing in 12th standard. Let us address the issue in this manner, whether these candidates at Sikar who have performed exceedingly well, is it because of that paper leak?
Lord, I bow down.
There are
I quite
two
understand.
compartments.
These are two compartments.
There are two compartments.
So far as
One
paper leak is
talks
concerned.
about paper leak and to what extent the students took advantage of that leak.
Let me answer your Lordship's question.
Please take your seat, Mr. Nedumbara. These are bad manners, bad manners. I am not very sophisticated like my Lord, the Chief Justice. You may feel bad. Please. 3 times I have said, please, quiet. We have 2 minutes to go. We are making Mr. Huda understand what is going on in our mind so that he can respond after recess. Therefore, you come to your note.
Please.
You come to your note, paragraph 8.
Yes, my lord.
That's the heart. That's the heart of your case.
Where you say that
Just
there's a
read
leak has gone to other states. Where is there to, what is there any contemporary evidence to indicate that the leak went to other states?
Lord, the only thing on that I can say on paper leak is, Lord,
so far as direct evidence of this crime is concerned, that is, the file is before this honorable court, matter is being investigated. As petitioners who are not privy to the investigation, either by the Bihar police or now by the CBI, all we can rely on is a circumstantial evidence. In the circumstantial evidence,
Therefore, falling back on an alternative hypothesis that because of the systemic flaws in the process, therefore the credibility of the examination must have been breached in other
I'm
states.
so grateful.
That's your case.
That's
your
my
case.
case. On that,
So
my lord, I have just 4 or 5
we have
things to
no
highlight.
evidence. We do not have evidence to show that there was a leak in other states. But because of these flaws in the examination process, therefore it's likely that the
This
sanctity of the
inflation.
examination, and you have pointed out 3 aspects: time gap between the conclusion of the examination and the sealing of the OMR sheets, and absence of an SOP. 2, staff at the college may well tamper with the OMR sheets without depositing them. 3, there is no address verification of the center chosen by the student.
That's
These
right.
are the 3 aspects.
That's right. Now, my lord, and
Anything else now? What remains?
because of
We'll have to call upon the others now.
yes, I'm so grateful. And my lord, it is because of this that there is an evidence, and they maybe put to the question this, that how people from Gujarat going to Bellary, how people from Odisha, Karnataka, Maharashtra coming to Godhra, and how people from Bihar, if this investigation is carried out, my lord, would find people from Bihar have gone to Muktsar, Punjab. If these addresses are checked, that will show
But
that
then
there are.
this girl, instead of going to Belaguri, could have given to any of these sensitive.
She could have chosen, Lord, probably this is a connection. She got a connection.
Why did she have to
I asked you, that center at Belgavi, does it have any, does it show any untoward result?
Lord, it is there. Lord, this Belgavi, this is 8R plus 700 and 71R plus 650. I have Lord, the chart, I will give it post lunch.
Also, Mr. Uda, in many professional examinations, I don't want to name them, otherwise this will become another national story tomorrow. That, in many professional examinations, students do choose centers in a particular zone or whatever, because there's a perception that the marking on the curve is a little more lenient or a little more strict in certain centers. I did not mention those examinations. That may be,
Lord,
that may not
here-
be, that may
Lord,
not be
here the-
strong evidence to cancel the whole examination per se.
Lord, this one.
These systemic flaws which you have pointed out, we'll put to the solicitor, because these obviously have to be tightened up. Because they have to be tightened up. But as of now, I don't think you have indicated to us, and we'll give you now 5 minutes and we'll conclude your argument after lunch. So we'll hear the others and then wrap up.
5 minutes after lunch.
After lunch, 5 minutes.
Great.
So that you can conclude. Now summarize what you
That's
have
fine.
argued in 5 minutes, and then we will go on to the
Great.
next person.
Your lordships will give me a little time. A little time, not much.
Sorry?
Your lordships will give me a little time, not much.
And about marks, answers, changing of the answers.
There are several things
Anybody who now wants to follow will have to give something over and above what has been argued.
Please.
Mr. Uda has taken up
Please.
the entire
Please.
record now.
But after lunch, your lordship give me 10-15 minutes, then I'll relay me, my lord.
I
I wanted to say something which is not,
I might even take it.
something which they haven't said.
We'll come back after.
Your Lordships, may I please mention items 12 and 35?
Come back after.